A lot of people, myself included, get discarded by a narcissist. There are plenty of people, however, who decide to walk away. They've chosen to be done with being treated poorly, and they're moving on with their life. But regardless of who walks away, we know how sensitive every narc is. And a lot of them will let you know if you walk away, when you're walking away, telling them you're done, or you don't allow yourself to be hoovered. They will let you know that you have completely abandoned them. You might hear certain things that I'm sure we've all heard already. You left me when I needed you the most. How could you do this to me? Oh, fine. Go ahead. Walk away. You're just like everyone else. Everyone leaves me. Everyone abandons me. I don't understand why everybody hates me. Wow, you didn't even give me a chance. You didn't hear me out. You won't even talk to me. You're just trying to hurry up and run away. Don't run away. Don't walk away. Just talk to me. Don't abandon me like everybody else did. Don't be like one of those people. Or some kind of combination of that. Again, I'm sure you've heard it. We all have. When people hear these things, though, especially highly empathic people and possibly codependent or possibly very codependent people, you pretty much feel very quickly that sting and twinge of guilt. And the guilt and these really uncomfortable feelings can lead to unfortunate consequences like us entertaining a Hoover or getting back together, maybe even deciding not to walk away. And that's, of course, exactly what the narcissist wants. We all know what should happen. We need to leave. We need to end it. We need to go no contact, or at least as no contact as we possibly can, because, of course, everybody's in a different situation. It feels mean and cold and cruel to just up and go and say nothing, and that's it. What I want to do, though, in this video is hopefully deliver some peace of mind that you leaving is not abandoning a narcissist. If you are thinking of leaving or blocking, going no contact, whatever you want to say, and you have those feelings, of, oh, I shouldn't do this, this is mean, ask yourself some of these questions or all of these questions. Did I do everything I possibly could to make it work with this person? Did I try? Did I literally, did I do my best? Did I give until I had nothing left? Did I hold out as long as I possibly could to see if they would come around, have conversations, compromise, but then I just couldn't take it anymore? I asked myself those questions, and I'm sure you already have too. I gave it everything I had, but here's the problem. Relationships with narcs are one-sided. We are the ones who do everything, therefore it's always going to fail. When it's a team lift and you need at least two people, with one person, it's never going to work. You're never going to get anywhere. We don't have partners in these situations. We have annoyingly grown children. So I have to say this. What else can you do? When you've tried it all, when you've done it all, that's it. And it can't work and it doesn't work, and you know that. But we don't need to feel guilty about something not working when we are the only ones who tried. You can't force someone to try. You can't force someone to care. And I know a lot of them say that we leave and we abandon them. However, that's not even the way that most of us want to leave. Most people want closure. We want the exit interview. We want things to, as much as possible, feel resolved and over and done. However, we are denied this because a narc just is who they are. They're going to beg you to stay. They're going to guilt bomb you. They're going to love bomb you, cry, whine, have a meltdown, throw a tantrum, become physical, threaten, and so on. And the real only way to let go is by blocking. No contact, or again, as much of no contact as you can possibly do. The only way to go is by blocking or going no contact, as much no contact as we can, again, in some of these certain situations. You know, the not pretty way, the just walking away way. Now, I'm not mocking anybody here when I say this, but I have to say it because it's true. These folks have emotional problems that they're not dealing with. There's personality disorders, possible mental health disorders and issues, possible substance abuse problems, possible addiction problems, possible emotional control problems, and even some more things that I'm not even going to list here. You're never going to be able to have conversations like an exit interview when there's a breakup that you need to have with these people. And even if you could, this is narcissism that we're talking about. A narcissist has to make you the bad guy. I mean, that's honestly what this is all about. They're the hero or they're the victim. Don't ever think for 1 second that they're actually going to admit or take the responsibility of being the bad guy. It's you. And it always has to be you. Doesn't matter what happens. That is so incredibly vital to understand. They will make it you, regardless of what happens or what doesn't. They'll make up delusional scenarios that never happened. They'll smear campaign you. They will start buying their own delusions until they think that's actually what's happening. This is the way it's going to go. Whatever you need to do in order to break away, it's not mean, it's not cold, it's not cruel, and it's not abandoning a narcissist. And I will give you several reasons right here and now why it is none of those things. You can't talk to them. There's no compromise. There is piss poor communication on their end. There's no want for anything to change on their end because they don't have a problem with their behavior. You do. They're never going to have a problem with the way they behave. It will always be you that has a problem with miscommunication, no communication, lying, lies of omission, cheating, stealing, manipulation, gaslighting, triangulation, jealousy-inducing behaviors, so on and so forth. There's no way that you can make them see things from your point of view. They lack that ability to be able to see what other people are feeling, what they're going through, and why they feel this way. That's part of the lack of empathy. So what other choice are you left with? You have to go. And walking away without saying a word is how you do it. And if people feel like that's mean, and if a narcissist feels like that's mean, perhaps they need that moment that they'll never have, unfortunately, of self-reflection to really sort out, well, why does everyone leave? If they say things like, everyone abandons me, everyone leaves me, everybody must hate me. Well, nobody probably really hates them, but no one is going to continue to put up with this kind of behavior. They shouldn't. If they're hating these feelings they're getting, then perhaps they shouldn't treat everyone like trash. And that sounds like the really easy answer. Well, if they don't like, that people are walking away or breaking up with them, or if they feel so abandoned, maybe they shouldn't treat everybody like shit. That is the solution to the problem. The tough part is, though, that's narcissism. There is no self-reflection. There is delusions and fantastical ways of thinking. You're leaving and they genuinely don't know why, and it doesn't feel good. So what happens is they lash out, they act out of control, or they go radio silent, they go dark, they try to punish you, smear campaigns, again, a lot of other things that I've already listed. This is the disorder, the toxic traits. They don't see that it's them. They're aware of what they're doing. They're aware that they are manipulative, but they literally lack that self-reflection where they really don't understand what's happening. They are aware of what they do. I don't feel they know why and when the disorder's in full swing, and I don't think they really truly get it. And having disorders of my own, sometimes it is kind of hard to see what you're too close to, but a lot of them truly feel as if they have done nothing wrong. You are the bad guy. They don't like you. You're walking away and you're not saying anything, and that's mean and that's cruel, and how dare you? Yeah, because again, they have a disorder and that's where their brain is, or maybe several other disorders, or maybe something completely different. A lot of things are kind of sort of like narcissism, but not exactly so. But this is really what they're thinking. It's not your job to fix them or help them. They don't want help. They're doing things exactly the way they want to. They don't want to change. Change is too much. It's too hard. It's too difficult. They would have to rehash a lot of trauma, go through a lot of therapy. So it's just much easier to repeat the cycle. Oh, you walked away? Well, they just brand you as awful and terrible and they shelf you. Maybe they'll hoover you, maybe they won't. Who knows? Who cares? And they move on and they get somebody else because that is just what makes them feel good quicker. It's a very toxic coping mechanism. That's what they do. But that's what a lot of people with disorders and toxic behavior regularly do. It's the path of least resistance. It's the coping mechanism. It's getting a hit of my addiction, whatever that addiction might be. This is what I need to do. I need it. They unfortunately have abandoned themselves as far as I'm concerned. But it is my job to let you know this has so little to do with you. It's not even funny. You've unfortunately been put in very awful positions by these people and been treated poorly, by this individual or people, whatever your situation is. But this literally has nothing to do with you. You're watching somebody who might be mentally ill, have a personality disorder, or have other issues that are all essentially trauma-based, and they're bleeding all over people who never cut them in the first place. And that is what we get sucked into. But we don't need to stay just because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Let me know how you feel about abandoning a narcissist down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to help keep my channel growing. Become a channel member to get access to even more videos. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.